We're back, baby. We're back with another one. This topic is comfort scents, relaxing scents, chill out scents. I've got 5 fresh ones here and 5 ones that are a little bit darker. And I love this topic. I am a creature of comfort. I love my comfortable space. I'm actually really a homebody. I love to go out. I love to be the center of attention. I love the party, but I really like to relax. I love my wife. I love my house. I love my surround sound system and the movies, and I love to get some popcorn and throw on a comfortable scent, a lounge set, and just relax and chill with the puppies and the wife. And this is a big part of my fragrance journey, is these scents that are just comfort for me. They bring that comfort. They add that little bit of extra je ne sais quoi. They add that little bit of refined touch while I'm just sitting home chilling on the couch in my sweatpants. I know you guys have some fragrances that just give you that comfort, that put you in that mindset of relaxing and chilling. So put them down in the comments. Scent Savant, let's go.
Welcome to Scent Savant, and welcome to the sensational world of fragrances, where every spray tells a story and every note captivates the senses. Join me on a journey of olfactory exploration as we uncover the secrets of the most alluring scents on the market. Welcome to
Scent Savant.
All right, first on the list, we'll start with the freshies. Back and forth with fresh and dark, fresh and dark. So first one I have for you is Rosendo Mateu number 1. This is a citric, aromatic, lime-forward, tea-focused fragrance. This really gives me that vibe. As soon as I smelled this years ago, I instantly got into that mode of I want to sit down, I want to read a book. I feel energized, but I also feel very calm, very relaxing, very focused. So this is one of those fragrances that when I want something fresh and light and probably the most zingy of the relaxing fragrances for fresh, this is the one. Now this is in that same space as Nishane's Oolong Cha, where that tea note is really refreshing, really good. But this, I feel that this is a little bit more natural than Oolong Cha. And I like Oolong Cha, very good. It's just a little bit too green. This pulls back that greenness just a tad bit. This is still green, but it pulls that back just a little bit. It's woody. It has some little bit of florals in it, a little bit of musk, a little herbal, fresh, little bit powdery. Look, if you have Oolong Cha, you don't need to get this. But if you don't, I would look into this because to me, this is more natural. It's fresher. It's a little bit more invigorating while being relaxing because of that tea. That tea is very front-facing, forward, focused, precise. I've gone out to restaurants and worn this, and people have asked me what I'm wearing. They've literally pulled out the phone. What is that again? What is that? I want to know what it is. Where do I get? And then they look it up and they see the price. This was also years ago before this thing hit discounters. Now it's on discounters. You can get this thing for like 100 or under. Great, relaxing, super dope fragrance. One of my top freshies. This is actually my second bottle. I've gone through the first bottle. I love this stuff. Rosendo Mateu. Some of them really hit, and this is one of them. And that's Rosendo Mateu number 1. All right, you know, I got to bring you some stuff that isn't talked about much. This is Carner Barcelona. If you've been along with the channel for a while, you know that I love the house of Carner Barcelona. Well, this one is no different. This is called Palo Santo. This is, who's the dude from Aquaman? What is his name again? This is what he smells like. This is what like a superstar GQ top 10 man of the year smells like. This stuff is incredible. I can't even explain it. Now, the funny thing is this came out in 2015. I've been along this journey for like, I want to say 7 years. And so I smelled this, I think in 2016 or 2017. And when I smelled this, I did not like it. I remember 7 years ago going through the house of Carner Barcelona, and a lot of them I did not like. And I smelled this one, I remember specifically, and I was like, oh no, my nose had not matured. I didn't have any understanding of what niche fragrances were. And I was just getting back into Creeds and Acqua di Gios and, you know, Profundos and all the normal, you know, Bleu de Chanel's. And this is vastly different, but this is amazing. And it is massive feeling, crowd pleasing, and just Beautiful. So it highlights the note of Palo Santo, so it's very woody. It has a sweetness in this. And I would call this woody, warm, spicy, a little bit vanillic, a little bit aromatic. There is a lactonic note in this, and I am not a fan of milky notes. And this is amazing. It just adds this creamy, sort of sweet depth to this. Freaking amazing. Little bit powdery. Definitely has some sweetness, but it's not gourmand. That woody backbone really evens this out. And the notes of this are really worth looking into. So top notes of rum and artemisia. And I guess I get a little bit of rum, but it's not boozy. It's just there as almost like a background scent. In the mid notes, there's this milk, gaiac wood, and tonka bean. Man, this combo just adds this intrigue, this uniqueness, this boldness while having a softness. This is why this is like Aquaman scent. My good, like the GQ Man of the Year wears this stuff. And in the base, there's sandalwood, vanilla, and vetiver. And I'm starting to understand the DNA of Carner Barcelona, where they have this sort of background scent that they have in a lot of their fragrances. And they have this same sort of vetiver iris in D600, and it feels very similar in Palo Santo. And this thing hits. It's bomb. Relaxing, introspective, calming. I want to cozy up to myself. This is a newer pickup of this month, and I had a sample of it last month, and I smelled it again for the first time after like 6 years and absolutely felt head over heels. It instantly went into my relaxation sense. Now, I want to wear this out. The sillage on this and the longevity is very good. I got 2 fragrances in the day that I got this, and I put them both on. And I only sprayed this once on my arm, and I sprayed the other fragrance 3 or 4 times. This thing was just pumping off of my arm, and I smelled this over the other fragrance, and that was a tobacco fragrance, which is kind of a little disappointing. We'll get into that another time. But Palo Santo by Carner Barcelona is definitely a fragrance you want to look into if you want to smell debonair, chic, and relaxing. You can dress this up. You can dress this down. You will always smell chic. You will always smell amazing. Trust me on this one. If you know my nose and you trust my nose, this is one to look into. And it has this sweetness that gives it this mass appeal, but uniqueness as well. That gaiac wood, that extra woody, slightly bit smoky, sort of little bit boozy at the top, but not really. Artemisia. My goodness. I have nothing in my collection that smells like this. Nothing at all even comes close to this. This is one of them ones. That is Palo Santo by Carner Barcelona. Okay, I'm starting to see something here, a little bit of a theme. This is Nishane Colognise. Nishane Colognise. Now, this is a tea-focused fragrance. But let me just say this right away. If you like Creed's pure white cologne, fantastic fragrance. For me, the price point just doesn't really push towards what the fragrance does, and I love that fragrance. One of the best, most natural, just citrus, white, pure white, musky, tea-focused. It's like a rice note in there, fragrances on the market. I might just get one of those eventually. There's no real point to 75 mil for like $300 for a fragrance that really I could do better. This does better. This smells all like 90%, and they weren't trying to clone that. This smells like 90% Creed's pure white cologne. Amazing. This is an extrait de parfum. It is a tea-focused fragrance. It's aromatic. It's fresh. It's spicy. It's clean. It's musky. It smells like linen. It smells musky, clean, like white t-shirt. There's bergamot, green tea, lemon, jasmine, and you get that green tea, but it's not an earthy green tea. It's not like a chalky green tea. It's pure. It's blended perfectly, smoothly. There's grapefruit, neroli, lily of the valley, and we know that from my last video, neroli and lily of the valley, they give off this soapy, clean vibe. This isn't extra soapy. It feels like there's a perfect touch of aldehydes in here. And then there's this musk and vetiver. I don't get anything vetiver. I do get some musk. And what I'm getting is a little bit more of a tea-centered Creed's pure white cologne. And this is one where I'll put this on before I go to sleep a lot of times because it's just that calming. It's just that good. It doesn't taste good because I just tasted some, but it smells freaking amazing. Like Pure White Cologne by Creed, but you can get this for like $60, $70. You don't even have to break the bank for this. And this is strong, stronger than Creed's Pure White Cologne. I would get this any day over Pure White Cologne for the price. The scent DNA is basically the same. Fresh, clean, zippy, zingy, beautiful. And this is like upscale, elevated, sitting at home in your sweatpants. But these are the sweatpants that cost $100. And this is the sweatshirt that costs $150. And the outfit is $250. Or you're in your underwear and a long sleeve and you're smelling banging. That's the one. That's Nishane Colognise. Okay, next one is Byredo Gypsy Water. And I got a little special treat here. So this was my scent of the day. And I put this on because I just came home from work a little early, wanted to shoot a video, and I wanted something relaxing. I wanted something that was calming, that's a draw-in scent. This is not a strong scent. A lot of Byredos do not have beast mode performance. You will get 6 hours out of this, but this will not project. The ciliage will be almost non-existent, but you will have this scent bubble around you that is magnificent. And for this fragrance, this is one of my favorite fragrances, just in general, the scent. I hope that they make a absolute version of this one. I hear that they may be. I am all in. I'm blind buying it as soon as this comes out. Now, what I did do was I used the shower gel and I used the lotion. And Byredo makes lotions and shower gels that are so natural and they're so on point and spot on to the fragrance. A lot of lotions, they kind of come off very lotiony and very synthetic, like they've added the fragrance to a lotion that they picked and it just didn't mix well. Well, these guys have perfected it. And this lotion makes this scent push an extra 2 hours. That opening and that initial just burst of fragrance expression in the beginning lasts 2 hours strong with this. When I use this with the scent, sometimes do the Roja thing where I put the scent on, then put this over the scent, lock it in, then get another spray or two. This is beautiful. This like you could use this lotion just as the fragrance itself. That's how strong this is. That's how good it is and spot on. But since this fragrance isn't the best performer, I use the lotion and the body wash. The body wash, you can leave it or take it, but the lotion is a must if you really want to step the game up with this one. And simply, this is an aromatic, woody scent. At the top, there's this juniper berry, bergamot, and lemon. You know, I sprayed this about 3 hours ago. Yeah, I'm just going to get another one. A little bit peppery, a little spicy. There's an incense and an orris in the middle, and I really don't get an incense fragrance. There's just some depth. Again, it's not strong enough to where you can pick out notes. I almost get what feels like an orange, ambery, deep, spicy, seductive fragrance. There's vanilla, sandalwood, and amber in the base, and my goodness. For what this is, this would be one of my top fragrances if it were stronger. So I am looking forward to the day that the Absolute comes out because honestly, I'm using like 20 sprays of this every time I put it on. I think I've had this bottle for, I don't know, 6 months, and you can see how much I've used it because I just overuse it. It's one of those you can't overuse it. That being said, I would love it to last longer, but when I'm at home and I'm chilling, I want something that's just going to be just for me and for my significant other who's sitting next to me is going to enjoy it and love it. Byredo's Gypsy Water. Clean, classy, comfortable, little bit dark on the edgy side, little bit brooding, while also beautiful. And to add to that comfort, very sexy. Byredo's Gypsy Water. Okay, now this one is one of the, I believe this is one of the city exclusive. This is Labo's Lavande 31. And I got this strictly for my wife. She had smelled it at Labo. She loved it. I didn't even smell it. It was just for her. When she got it and I started smelling it, I was hooked immediately. One of the cleanest, most precise lavender notes I've ever smelled while still being mass appealing, unique, having a watery aspect. It's not seaside, but it's definitely watery. It's definitely in that ozonic sort of style while not smelling like the sea or smelling like the air. This is such a natural, well done, smooth, clear lavender note. This smells like something that like Aqua de Parma would release, except kicked up beast mode. This thing is strong. 8 to 10 hours. Solid. Citric, but you're really getting this lavender as the main note. There's some musk in there. There's some aromatics. Little bit green, little bit powdery, little bit white floral, little bit of a darker depth in here. Like there's like an amber, and that amber gives it some sweetness. Definitely not too sweet. The perfect blend of lavender. And lavender is a calming, beautiful scent. This is the one. There's a few lavenders. I may do a lavender video. This would definitely be in that top of the lavender. It is unisex, 5% leaning feminine. I wear the crap out of this. I've never gotten a comment that this was feminine, and I've gotten compliments from this. And surprisingly, like I wore this to the movies, I think a month ago, and dinner, and then we stopped by like Sprouts or something later, and this was like 7 or 8 hours into the wear, and the cashier's like, "You guys smell fantastic," and she's like, "Oh, it's him. I was wearing Lavande, bro, Lavande." Now, smooth, calming, relaxing, lovely. You put in this on, you know you're in for a ride. And you can find this on discount websites for like $150 versus what I believe is a city exclusive is really expensive. So goodbye. My wife loved it, made her happy, and I loved it. Double win. Lavande 31 by Labo. Okay, next one. This one called Classic. If you're going to check out the house of Matiere Premier, this is Matiere Premier Encens Suave. There's like 3 you should check out. This should be one of those. Vanilla, Encens, and Crystal Saffron. Those 3 make this one of them, of those 3 that you absolutely get a sample of. Check out. This is the baby brother to what I call the best incense fragrance in the game. The X-Straight. Best incense fragrance I've ever smelled. Now, this little baby brother smells exactly like it, except a refined incense. There's warm amber and benzoin, labdanums and vanillas with pinches of coffee, and this almost powdery coconut-esque vibe, DNA running through this thing. And it's very smooth, very strong, very relaxing. Very linear, doesn't change much, which is nice. I don't really want to sit at home and have a fragrance that's going to give me ebbs and flows. Sometimes I want to go out and just have a simple fragrance that's going to do its job. Everybody's going to love. My goodness, I put this, like this is near and dear to my heart. Encens Suave, bro. You don't know. You got to find out. You got to. Incense lovers, you got to check this out. Deep, sweet, sensual, sexy, beautiful, resinous, intriguing, definitely a nighttime fragrance, cuddled up inside the bundle of comfort and clothes and swimming with arms and legs. They're not going to be able to keep their hands off you. And enough said. I could spend 20 minutes talking about this. Matiere Premier's Encens Suave. Do yourself a favor. Go check this out. Okay. I think this is in the name. It's Initio's Musk Therapy. It smells like musk. It smells like therapy. I'm getting the vibe of cleanliness, relaxation, puts me in a good mood, or it adds to the mood I'm already in. This is a vibe, and this stuff is, caught it. I got carpet. This stuff is super strong. And it's one of those where the ciliage follows you for 3 or 4 feet, but the intensity doesn't like punch through the room. It stays with you. So like the bubble will be within 2 feet, but if you walk, that bubble will follow behind you 2 to 4 feet. And this will be with you for like 8 to 10 hours. I put this in the category of woody, floral musk. It's floral, but it's very woody and it's very musky. And those woods and musks in this balance out these florals. There's definitely white florals in this. You're definitely getting something that almost feels feminine, black currant, there's a mandarin orange, and I get a very prominent mandarin orange from this. There's a sandalwood, hedione, and magnolia, and that hedione and magnolia really add to this white floral aspect. But it's not white floral in the grandma or the debonair sexy woman in a little back dress. This is right at that point where it's like 55-45 feminine leading. It's right there. And if you got some style, some taste, you want something that's light and refreshing, but musky, that's not animalic, and that's just sexy musk. Musk smells amazing. This guy. And as you go on, this white floral aspect, probably 3-4 hours in the wear, starts to die down and pull back. But that musky and that orange aspect and that little creaminess from the sandalwood stay throughout the life of this thing. And I love this one. Oh, man, my wife loves this. I love this. I don't know how much left in that bottle, but I'm never going to go without this one. This is one of the first ones that I purchased directly from retail because I was like, I couldn't find it anywhere for a good price. So I just went retail and it was worth it. It's the only Initio I have, and I've had like 7. I may think about getting rehab next year during the colder season. I got to re-smell it. I liked it. I just wasn't super sold on it. We'll try it again next year. That being said, I only have one Initio. If I could find the old original side effect, but the new side effects are lackluster, and they just kind of smell like a teenager to me now. This is posh, comfortable, relaxing, sexy, debonair, and I just want to swoon. This makes me want to swoon up and cuddle and kiss. Beautiful stuff. Musk Therapy by Initio. Okay, the next up, and this one says it in the name too. This is Veronique Gabai's Sexy Garique. Sexy Garique means sexy woods in French. That's what you're getting. A woody, ambery, patchouli, a little bit green, balsamic. Got it on my nose. Beauty. Now, this thing is a light wear, but it stays with you. It's effervescent. It's kind of fleeting, but it's like there and back. It's like the ex-girlfriend that's in your life for a few months, then out of your life. You want her back, but you know she's bad for you. This is super good. And if you do decide to get the bottles, look, I'm not really caring about the bottle so much as the juice. This is the 125 ml refill bottle. The refill bottle with the discount was like $170. Well, for a bottle for the 75 ml, it might be an 85 ml, it's like $260. But the refill's like $170 with the discount, and it's 125 ml. So I'm getting like an extra 40 ml for less money, and I just got to put it into a decanter. Sold. So be careful about that because you could spill that. That's how much I've used of this. Sexy woods, woody resins, ambery ambers with a little bit of sweetness, patchoulis that doesn't smell like chocolate. It just smells refined. It gives it this backbone, this edge, little bit of green, spiky pine tar, woody aromatics to give that woods a little bit of strength. So that woody aspect with that ambery, sexily labdanum aspect. Sexy woods, dude. Sexy woods. You smell dark, you smell refined, but you're also a little light. It doesn't go into the space of like a very dark fragrance, and it doesn't go into a space of an extremely light fragrance. It plays this middle ground beautifully, and it is sexy. This would be something like if Chanel put this in a bottle and called it Sexy Woods, you would be like, yep, that's one of the classics, less exclusive. Chanel goes hard. Good stuff. Veronique Gabai. They got a few bangers. This is one of them. Sexy Garique. All right, we're going with one more. I'm going to end this with the banger. I was planning to put this on the list because this just is. This is the all day, every day. Love it. Everybody's going to love it. One of the best. Chill, beautiful, go out, stay in, do whatever. Just elegant, relaxing, calming, office-friendly fragrance there is. Chanel 1957. And I got the 200 ml. I'm good. I got the 75 ml and the 200 ml. Banger of a scent. I don't know how to even explain this besides musky, citrusy, woody, light, watery. Chanel has a DNA that feels like it's from 40 years ago, and it feels like it's in the future 25 years. That's where this will work. This will always work in any situation, everywhere. So for me, this is one of those scents. Since I have so much of it, I'll use it. I'm going to wear this week. Done. I'll use this in those situations when I'm at home, I'm with the wife. You know, for some reason, she doesn't wear this. She doesn't like anything that has like any citrus in it. She likes darker fragrances for her. So it just feels a little bit bright while having depth. It doesn't feel very citric. It just feels really bright. Okay, let me say something and then I'm going to get you guys out of here. We're talking about scents that evoke calmness and fragrances that we like to have to allow us some relaxation or cause relaxation or induce something that just calms us. And there's something I specifically hold to when I'm using fragrances in those type of situations. And this is it. I don't like to put a fragrance on if I've just gotten into a rough, bad situation and I am mentally in the space where I'm upset or I'm angry. I get in an argument with my wife. It happens. Relationships, you got to work at them, but they're worth it. And that's a time for another video. But like something happens, I don't come in and, well, let me just spray one of my relaxation sprays just to try to relax me. Oh, I need that. No, because I don't want to attach a scent memory to that type of situation. Also, like something happens at work or personal life, parents, or whatever it is. I don't want to use that fragrance thing as a scapegoat. I do allow it in situations where, great. Oh, you got a big bonus. All right, we're going to celebrate. We're going to put on some fancy fragrance and, just sit at home, watch a movie and talk about it, laugh and joke, or go out to dinner. Yeah, sure. Like those situations, totally fine. I can attach scent memories to those, but I don't want to attach scent memories to something bad. Number one, it may make me just think about the fragrance as in, oh, I just remember that every time and it's kind of ingrained on me. Number two, I don't ever want to make this the thing that calms me over him. I go to God first with everything. That's where I find calm. That's where I find strength and peace and comfort and protection and safety. This stuff comes later and last. I have a hierarchy. This is never an idol in my life. Now, just share real quick. I'm going to get you out of here in a minute. I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke marijuana. I used to be the biggest pothead. I haven't smoked for 7, 8 years. And I couldn't even imagine smoking anymore. I don't know how you guys do it. But when I smoked, and I always specifically made this a thing, when something bad happened, argument or whatever, I made myself specifically not go and run and smoke a joint because I knew that I'm going to do that and now that'll calm me and then I'll be able to just relax and now I can think about it. And then I start building this habit of, well, that thing is the vice that allows me to calm down when I need to learn how to do that just naturally with him. And so I've always been mindful of that. I haven't always been perfect of that, but I've always been mindful of that. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about that, experienced that, or whatever, but that's just something that I wanted to say that was on my heart, pressed on my heart to kind of talk to you guys about that. I don't know if I'm the only one, but these things aren't the things that are going to give you calm and peace and comfort and safety. So do not attach these to situations where you think that you're in need of that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Didn't want to get too preachy. That's the other channel, but really appreciate you guys. Love you. Scent Savant out of here. Peace.
Scent Savant.